Farmer used a huge rock as a doorstop for 30 years, then discovers it's worth $1 million. Lucas Cooper lived in a small town called Edmore, Michigan. He inherited a farm from his father and happily continued the family business. Every morning, Lucas would get up with the first rays of the sun and head to the field to work. He grew corn and wheat, just like generations of his ancestors. Life was flowing calmly and steadily until one night in the 1930s when something unusual happened. Lucas was jolted awake by a loud sound that felt like an explosion. Rushing outside, he found nothing out of the ordinary. The next morning, while inspecting his land, he came across a strange crater at the edge of his field. At its center was a large, oddly shaped stone. Curious, Lucas touched it and was startled to find it warm despite the cold weather. The farmer assumed it was a meteorite that had fallen from the sky but didn't dwell on it. Lucas brought the stone home and showed it to his wife, Diana. Together, they examined it, puzzling over its origins. Ultimately, the couple decided to keep it as a unique souvenir. Diana suggested using the heavy stone as a doorstop for the barn, and Lucas agreed, seeing no better use for it. Over the years, the peculiar rock became a familiar part of the farm. As Lucas and Diana's children grew up and moved away, the meteorite remained, faithfully propping open the barn door. When it was time to sell the farm, Lucas decided to leave the stone for the new owners as part of the place's history. In 1988, the farm was bought by Caleb Carter. He was a city dweller who decided to try his hand at farming. Caleb listened with interest to Lucas's story about the falling stone, but like Lucas, he didn't give much importance to the find. For him, it was just another household item left behind by the seller, along with the house. For more than 30 years, the stone continued its humble role as a doorstop. Caleb almost forgot about its existence, but in 2018, an event occurred that made him recall this story. The news reported the discovery of a large meteorite in Michigan. This sparked a real gold rush. People started searching for celestial stones all over the state. Caleb started to wonder what if his old doorstop turned out to be valuable too. He took the stone and examined it carefully. Indeed, it looked different from ordinary rocks. The surface was uneven, with characteristic indentations. Caleb decided to seek expert advice and took the stone to Central Michigan University, where geology professor Lori Parker examined it. Intrigued by its unusual appearance, she conducted a preliminary analysis and offered to study it further. The results astonished even the experienced geologist. Chemical analysis revealed the stone was 88% iron and 12% nickel, a composition not typical of Earth's rocks. It was confirmed to be a genuine meteorite. Caleb was stunned. His simple doorstop was a rare visitor from space. Professor Parker named it the Edmore meteorite after its discovery site and noted it as one of the largest and most valuable meteorites ever found in America. News of the discovery spread quickly, sparking interest from leading research centers across the country. Samples of the stone were sent for analysis to the Smithsonian Institution in Washington and the University of California. Scientists found rare elements in the meteorite, which increased its value even further. Experts determined that the Edmore meteorite was a very ancient fragment of the solar system. It had traveled through space for millions of years before falling to Earth. Such findings are extremely important for studying the history of our planetary system. Caleb was astonished to learn the approximate value of his find. Experts estimated the meteorite to be worth up to $1 million. The farmer faced a difficult choice: sell the stone to a museum or a private collector, or keep it as a family heirloom. After much thought, Caleb decided that the meteorite should serve science. He expressed his desire to sell it to a museum, but also to donate part of the proceeds to the university. Thus, the stone, which had spent decades as a doorstop, could contribute to the development of astronomy and geology. The story of Caleb Carter and the Edmore meteorite gained worldwide attention. The story inspired many to take a closer look at ordinary things around them, wondering what hidden treasures might lie unnoticed. A similar tale unfolded in the small Romanian village of Colti, nestled in the picturesque Guza region. Julia Cruz, an elderly woman known for her kindness and hospitality, lived her entire life in this quiet village, tending to her home and small garden. Her house was always open to neighbors and travelers. By her front door sat a large stone she had found years ago by a local stream, used simply as a doorstop. The Buzau region, long renowned for its amber deposits, had seen locals mine the stone for jewelry and medicinal remedies. Yet, to Julia, it was just a practical object, holding the door open on windy days as life in the village passed peacefully by. Julia managed her household, went to church on Sundays, and sometimes visited relatives in the nearby town. Her home was full of old things passed down from her parents and grandparents. In 1991, something extraordinary happened in the village. Julia's house was robbed. Thieves broke in at night and took several gold items that the woman kept as a memory of her late husband. The robbers overlooked the large stone by Julia's door, focusing on her keepsakes instead. Though saddened by the loss, Julia was grateful to be unharmed. Life gradually returned to normal, and the doorstop stone stayed in place, hiding its secret. Years later, as Julia grew older, she moved in with her city-dwelling nephew, Ion, who promised not to sell her house. While sorting through her belongings, Ion noticed the heavy stone by the entrance. Curious about its unusual weight and texture and aware of the region's amber deposits, he suspected it might be fossilized resin. Ion decided to consult with experts. He took the stone to the local history museum. The museum staff were amazed by the size and preservation of the specimen. They suggested that it might be a rare type of amber specific to the Buzau region. To accurately determine the findings, expert analysis was required. The stone was sent to the Krakow Museum in Poland, where leading amber specialists worked. The research results exceeded all expectations. It turned out that Julia's stone was a huge piece of Romanian, a rare variety of amber found only in the Buzau region. It weighed 7.7 pounds, making it one of the largest known specimens of this mineral. Scientists determined the amber to be 40 to 70 million years old, dating back to the late Eocene or early Oligocene periods. Such ancient and well-preserved specimens hold immense scientific value. News of the discovery spread quickly, attracting geologists and paleontologists worldwide. Romanian is prized not only for its rarity, but also for the insights it provides into ancient ecosystems through preserved inclusions. Ion was stunned to learn the stone's true worth, with experts estimating its value at $1.5 million. What had been a simple doorstop turned out to be a priceless treasure. After much deliberation, Ion decided the find should benefit the Romanian people. He donated the amber to the state, where it was declared a national treasure, allowing scientists to study it and the public to admire it. The museums of Buzau and Colti had a competition for the right to exhibit the unique artifact. In the end, it was decided that the amber would be displayed in both museums on a rotating basis. This attracted numerous tourists and researchers from around the world to the region. Julia was surprised and delighted to learn about the value of her old find. She said that she had always felt something special about the stone, even though she couldn't explain what it was. The elderly woman was happy that her accidental find had benefited science and brought fame to her home region. Julia and her amber story became a legend in Romania. It inspired many people to pay more attention to the natural wealth of their land. The Buzau region experienced a resurgence of interest in amber. Locals began searching for and processing this extraordinary stone with renewed passion. Scientists continue to study the unique Romanian specimen, uncovering fascinating insights about the region's ancient past. Traces of prehistoric plants and insects preserved in the amber provide valuable clues, helping to reconstruct the picture of life that thrived millions of years ago. Museum workers curated a special exhibition dedicated to the story of the discovery. Visitors can view not only the amber itself, but also photographs of Julia's house and the old doorway where the stone had rested for years. The exhibition has become one of the most popular attractions in both museums. Today, a memorial plaque stands in the village of Colti, commemorating the remarkable find. Locals often share the tale of a simple woman who unknowingly kept a true treasure in her home, a story that has become part of the cultural heritage of the Buzau region. These remarkable accounts remind us to look more closely at the ordinary things around us. What might appear to be a simple stone or discarded item from older relatives could, in fact, be something extraordinary. Who knows? Perhaps a hidden treasure awaits discovery in your own home too. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.